Oh no! Oh no, we have technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. I hope that holds. I was in the live waiting screen, just like the rest of you guys. And then I popped it over and no camera. Happy friggin' Wednesday, everybody. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in the Spyderco capital of the world. Unless that happens to be Taichung, Taiwan. Nothing like starting off the live stream without some, technical difficulties. Guys, it's been a week for me. I've been working on lots of stuff. I've been staying busy. I have some new episodes coming out. I've got 2.5 episodes that are currently fully recorded. So I guess that's just 2. Got some editing to do. Yeah, I got some editing to do. I'll do that after the live stream. So stay tuned. New content on the way. Fresh content. Last week, we kicked it up a notch. We got 4 episodes out. Yeah? 4? I know. You're like, so what? So what? All these other creators, they do like 2 a day. Look. This isn't football practice. I make content when I can make content. It's the only hobby I have left. You parents out there know exactly what I'm talking about. The hobbies, they're few and far between. You have to get it where you can get it. Take time where you could take it. Because if you don't... Anyways, guys, welcome in. Shout out to all the good people in the chat. Shout out to my man Marco. I don't know who was first. The chat just kind of started in the middle of a conversation, so I know that I'm not seeing it. Either way, we're going to say hi to Marco. What's up, Marco? Welcome into Vivelsky. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome into Ed B, another channel member. Good to see you, Ed. Looks like Vivelsky says, I wonder where is that point where you can't go up anymore? The end of Grail Road. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There is no end. There is, it's not a ladder, okay? If it's a ladder that goes sideways. And before you know it, you've circumferenced the world. You've come back to square one, and there is 100 more knives. You can chase the dragon. I don't recommend it, but you can. There is no end to the grails, guys. Like, I've recently started being more aggressive about going after the grails because, they're just so nice. They're so nice. And, when your collection gets to a certain point, you can sell stuff, you can save up some money, you can decide not to scratch the itch for a whole month or 2. And it's amazing what can happen in that time financially. So I've started getting some. Recently acquired some knives like the Noomzon, Spyderco Swish Bowie. Recently got the Machine Wise Mojave and the Brown Cortex XL. Earlier last year, I got a small Sebenza 21. Crazy. Love it. Crazy. Of course, something that I think is an absolute grail killer is this guy right here. That's the Lizard Skin Titanium Neutron 2, especially when you add on a nice 3D milled titanium pocket clip. Very few people have this one with the DLC coated blade. I saw one release with the DLC coated blade, and then they were gone. I thought for sure they would come out with more. They haven't. But they have lowered pricing, which I think is really cool. Regardless, there is no end in sight, okay? It's not like one more knife and all of a sudden I've reached the top of the mountain. There's the Oz Roosevelt, the Koenig Arius, there's the SPK Lamia, there's the Hellion Machine Company Transient, there's the Prince Customs Protean. There are so many high-end production grail level knives, mid-tech knives, whatever you want to call them. There's so many. We're just getting started. Welcome into Night Rare. Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you, man. Thanks for holding down those Discord streets, brother. I appreciate it. He says Herman themselves has a $10,000 knife. I'm not surprised. Hermans are really stinking nice. Welcome into Nick T. Thanks for being a channel member. Mike and Ike's EDC, another channel member in the house. We got Sharp Obsession. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for rolling with the channel. Matt D in the house. What's up, Matt? Matt will tell you, because every day in the Discord, Matt posts a new grail. For example, one that I know I didn't mention but should have, the Utzler duck or duckling. They're both awesome. I will take either. Whenever I feel like, do I have my list straight? I'll just look at his pocket checks and be like, oh yeah, that knife exists. Thanks. This list just became another $800 more expensive. You guys blame me, I blame Matt. I think that's fair. Welcome into Bob Rutledge. Good to see you, Bob. We've got B Devious in the house. What's up, B Devious? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome into C Kobe, another channel member. Mike Sawyer in the house says, hey, yo, Roll. Your channel has been growing on me big time. It's a big bonus that you don't spam bells or kazoos during the live. I do air horns. I can't help it. I emote. I've been trying to tone it down, though, and do it more responsibly. Too much of a good thing is just annoying. I get that. Lone Star, welcome in, man. Good to see you. He says, the Lieb drama continues. He is getting an HRC tester and then repeat the prior testing side by side. Also, knife channel creators are all designing their own knife for profit only. I'll say this. If you're going to make something and sell it, chances are you want to make a profit. I don't think the community minds as long as content creators are making knives that people actually want. That's the kicker, right? That's the kicker. You got to make something that people want. Because if you make something that people want and it's, if the value proposition is there, then they'll buy it. Everyone's happy. I don't think that anyone ever expects someone to sell something and not make some money. Whatever that profit margin might be, the consumer base, they decide at the end of the day. They vote with their dollars. As for CBRX and his Lieb tester, can you trust him to do a fair side-by-side? I don't think so. At least I wouldn't trust him to do a fair side-by-side. I could totally see him trying to put his finger on the scale to make his tester look like all of his other test results look more accurate. I would love to be wrong. I would. I think that would be great. I think that one of the only ways he could prove to me that he did it fairly is if he took if he got his machine certified. Now, whether or not you watch his channel or not, I'm not really here to down on him, but I will say this. He's shown his true colors. In his most recent video, he acted like the whole side-by-side comparison thing was a revelation. Newsflash. Several people have documented their contacts with him and said, hey, I will test these knives with an industry standard. And he said, no. Or nothing at all. And it wasn't until it was forced out into the open, into the public eye by bigger channels like Knives Knives, like Outdoors 55, that he came out and was like, oh, I couldn't believe that it wasn't accurate. Stop it. He knew what he was doing. He claims to be the anti-hype channel, but he's still a hype channel. He's just hyping negativity because there needs to be a balance in all things. And the problem with so many knife companies leveling up in their production capabilities, so many knives getting in the hands of critics, you end up with some really good products out there. So if you were to take a bad knife from today and compare it to a really great knife from 4 years ago, you might be shocked. Like, the community has really done a number on these knife companies, and companies have listened to the critics. They've listened to all the critique. They've gotten really good at making knives. And it doesn't mean that some companies don't mess up and make some bad pieces here and there, but as a whole, if you look at the knives being produced today versus knives being produced 4 or 5 years ago, it's shocking. So yeah, there's going to be more positivity out there. I, for one, I hope he does the right thing. I hope he gets his machine certified. I hope he does fair side-by-side test comparisons. And I hope he takes that rebound tester and chucks it out the window, because that has no business testing knife steel. Said what I said. What's up, B Shady? Welcome in. Good to see you, brother. We've got Gas Station Knives. Welcome in, man. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, just wanted to say hi. I'm at a concert. Cheers. Hey, you know what? We'll cheer with the crowd. They can't hear us. Thanks for popping by anyways, man. I appreciate it. Michael Sawyer says, I still desperately want a Stang Pyrenees. Stang Pyrenees. Why does that sound familiar? We might have to check that out. Might have to check that out. B Devious says, patiently waiting for my invoice for my Hawk Talon that I pre-ordered back in November. I thought they should have shipped by now. I really wanted to get in on that. You know, talking about knife grails, that there you go. There's one that should be on everybody's list, the Hawk Talon. I have faith that Hawk will take care of you. I have faith. Ed B says he's also consumed raisins on the live one time. And then people promptly screenshotted my facial reaction and turned it into a sticker on the Discord. It's called the face of regret. That's what it is. I hate raisins. I don't like the way they taste. I don't like the texture. I don't like the way they look. They look bad. They taste bad. They feel bad. And for some reason, many of you guys love them to death. But I'll tell you what, I pity the grape that turns into a raisin. Michael Sawyer says, I've got dogs. They don't seem to mind your air horns. Right on, man. Glad to hear it. B Devious says, it's very annoying with the kazoo on other channels. What channels do a kazoo? Hey, welcome in, Jim. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, what's up? Tired and pulled my left calf muscle. Just lurking. Oh, man, I feel you on that one. So my recording setup is upstairs, right? And so I have to climb stairs to get up here. I record late into the night. And on not last Saturday, a week from last Saturday, I was leaving my recording. Oh, whatever. It's a studio. I was leaving my studio, walking downstairs. I was wearing socks. Socks on carpeted stairs do not have the best traction. And I slipped and I landed directly on my pinky toe knuckle. And I immediately, like, it was instant pain. You know, like people talk about some of the worst pain they've experienced. When you injure your tiny toe, it's awful. I turned into a giant blathering baby immediately. My pinky toe turned black. It was hard to walk. I didn't break it. It was just a bad sprain, but I could feel like the ligaments. So I'm feeling better now. The foot's still sore, but I feel for you, Jim. I feel for you. I don't have a pulled calf muscle, but my pinky toe is still giving me issues. At least it's not black and purple anymore. The Matt D says, I can't watch the live with kazoos because it makes my dog go insane. Had to stop watching just the reviews now. I solemnly swear that I will not employ kazoos and that I'll try to be more responsible with air horns. For those of you with the pooches, my dogs don't necessarily care about the air horns either. Ed B says, fire and ice, Jim. Fire and ice. Isn't that like the brand of condom? Don't you mean icy hot? Very nice. You're killing me, Ed. You're killing me. Night Rayer says, tried one R&K live, sat through 10 minutes of kazoos and went, nope, I'm out like an absent father. Night Rayer went to the corner store for a gallon of milk and some smokes. And they haven't seen him since. All right. Hey, shout out to Craig Vincent for becoming a new channel member.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Thank you so much. And Craig, thanks for reminding me. Time to tell the good people, the entry-level membership has gone down in price. So now if you would like to be a channel member and you want to get in on the ground floor, 99 cents makes it happen. And I appreciate each and every one of you who do. Supporting the channel helps me out in a big way. So to all of you who do, thank you so much. Hey, shout out to the Night's Edge. What's up, Neil? What's up, Neil? Good to see you, man. He says, what's up, a Rolls Royce? I'm not that rich, man. I'm not. Good to see you, man. Jim says, my office is upstairs. Ooh. Climbing the stairs with the pulled calf muscle. I feel it, man. Having to climb up here with my toe all jagged up this week was not fun either. Sharp Obsession says, thinking about the Poikilo Tuna. Thoughts? Poikilo is one of those companies which is doing some really crazy things. Let's go ahead and just pull it up so the people, Poikilo Tuna, can see exactly what we're talking about. We'll just go to their website. Why not? I mean, they're all sold out here. Where are you finding it? Is that on like White Mountain Knives or DLT? I know that that looks good. Why does that look like a Matt Christensen design? Christensen? Is it Christensen or Christensen? I don't know. But that blade just kind of reminds me of Matt Christensen. I know he likes sweeping tantos like that. Those thumb studs are sick. Look at that. Love the pivot. Got some nice contour titanium handle scales that look comfy as hell. Thumb studs look like they work well. Sleek looking knife. I kind of want one. How much do these cost? Oh, just $550. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Good looking knife. Or you can get the regular one, the standard 2 for $375. What's the difference? Is the other one coated? M398 blade. Okay. Handle is DLC coated. Okay. So DLC coated titanium is going to cost you $550. M398, 350 or 375. I think the difference between these two is going to be a hand rub satin finish. Still M398. Okay, so the difference is just no DLC on the handles. Was there anything else? Flat grind. Mirror stonewash is what they're calling that. Blade finish is a mirror stonewash. That doesn't look like a mirror stonewash. That looks like a hand satin finish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that those are beautiful. But I'm kind of curious, like, where's the mirror polish stonewash? Maybe it's just one of those example pictures. Where do they sell these? Because those are sold out on their website. Blade HQ, you got them? Blade HQ's got them. Okay, $375. It's a good looking knife. It kind of reminds me of the Wee Thug by Matt Christensen. Like, not saying that one's a copy of the other, because it's definitely not, but it's the Tanto blade. That's what reminds me. Poikilo Tuna. The Poikilo Tuna. I don't know. I'm probably just drawing conclusions, but I think it looks great. I think M398 is a cool steel that we don't see very much of. I think that you could probably spend your money on a lot worse knife for $375. So the one that I really want, and I don't know, did they already do their drop on this? The one that I really want is going to be the upcoming, unless they, no, it is upcoming. Okay, they're dropping on April Fools. Remember when the Null Knives Voodoo was released? What was that? Late 2023, early 2024? And everyone went nuts? Well, they keep releasing them, but they're doing different things. Look at this. They've got a teal version. Like, they're using techno carbon on these. The Null Knives Voodoo is still a relevant knife. And now with the new handle scale material options, they still look fantastic. It says sold out because they haven't released yet. They are releasing April 1st. Will I get one? I have no idea. I might try to sell some stuff and free up some cash. These are not cheap, guys. These are not cheap. Even the least expensive one is $350 for the natural micarta. But let's be real. If you're looking at this, chances are you're like, you know what? I know for me, the teal techno carbo, that just looks so good. I'm not even a teal guy, but I think that looks crazy. I know those prices are a lot though. $450, or if you want the ultimate voodoo copper techno carbo, look at that. $625. Damn. So I've been drooling over these lately. Techno carbo is not cheap. It's a very expensive carbon fiber. The blue one also looks really good. I'm not affiliated with Null Knives at all. In fact, like a year and a half ago, I asked him if I could get in on the pass round, and he said no. I'm mentioning this so that those of you who have wanted one are just in the know. I don't have any affiliate links. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I don't have one. I want one. I don't know if I'll be able to get one. Hopefully I can. We'll see. We'll see. These are releasing on April Fool's Day, so just be aware. And shout out to Sharp Obsession. Thank you so much, Ben, for being a channel member for 4 months. That's what it says on my end. I click on it and it just says Spartan. It says new member Spartan, but it says that you've been in here for 4 months. So thank you so much, man, for riding with the channel for 4 months. We definitely appreciate it. Lone Star says, got a cramp in my calf during an intimate entanglement with my wife. The pain was unbearable. My wife thought I was screaming from being so turned on. Oh, I need water. I need water. Just go with it. Go with it. Just go with it. That's all I'm going to say. What's up, David V? Thanks for rolling with the channel, man. I definitely appreciate it. Welcome in. Let's go. Ed B says, roll is now cheaper than a Jersey City hooker. The new channel membership is as affordable as humanly possible. That was always my thing, though. I wanted to make the barrier for entry into channel membership as affordable as YouTube would let me. And now it's literally, it's less expensive than anything else that I can think of. Sharp Obsession says NC Blades. Oh, for the Poikilos? Welcome in, Sean McLaughlin. He says Sharp Obsession, go for the Poikilo Midtech. The upgraded backspacer and clip are worth it. Do they have a knife called the Midtech, or is that a version of the tuna that we were talking about? BDV says, only the first batch shipped for the Hawk Talons, mostly to knife reviewers, Texas Blade Show 2025, and to only one retailer that I'm aware of. Yeah, I'm patiently waiting for my Talon. They're going to take care of you. There's no way that Hawk doesn't take care of you. It's the waiting part, right? Nobody likes the waiting part. I'm impatient too. Michael Sawyer says, Roll, I feel like you could do every guy a favor and let us know the size and pattern of your necklace. I've never owned a necklace and wouldn't know where to start or what they cost. So I don't have a necklace. This is a chain. And this one, I don't really remember what brand it is. It is basically it's silver, and it holds a ring that is very near and dear to my heart from my late father. So now you know a little bit more about me. It's not so much the chain. I wear it because it holds something that's very near and dear to my heart. Rest in peace to my father. It's one of the few things that I have left. So it's something that I always wear, and I very rarely take it off. I couldn't tell you who makes the chain, but I can tell you that it's very well made. And it's all silver, and it hasn't given me any issues. I've worn it for a couple of years now, and it's treated me well. Silver is a good material. It has some kind of, I want to say it's some kind of crazy metal coating that keeps it from oxidizing or something. I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable about silver, but it's a silver chain. Yeah. Ed B says there aren't enough teal knives in the world. Guys, there's very few knives that are this aesthetically appealing, in my opinion. This has got to be one of the best looking knife designs ever. I've reviewed this knife. I borrowed one from Knife Dope. I didn't want to send it back. I didn't, but I did. And I asked him, would you trade it to me? Would you sell it to me? And he said, no. It's okay. Maybe it's meant to be on one of these new techno carbos. Hey, shout out to Tori Casey. Good to see you, man. He says, Voodoo is one of my favorite writing knives. Put some red lava on it. I mean, these aren't fat carbon, but I think you can get close with the red techno carbo. Take a look at that. They all look good. None of these look bad. I love how deep that swedge is, going into almost a Spanish razor tip right here. Ah, man, that's such a good looking knife. It's such a good looking knife. I desperately want one. Even the natural micarta, and I am not a fan of natural micarta, but even the natural micarta looks mean with that stonewash. Like, I'm not a natural micarta guy. I would totally rock that. Naturally good looking. April 1st. If you didn't know, now you know. Craig says both Rollshambo and Dollar Tree were competing for my buck. Roll wins that battle every time. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it, man. Matt says, I definitely want that teal voodoo, but then I got to sell my other voodoo, and I'm terrible at listing my stuff. Hey, the knife yard sells there for you. Blade Binge is there for you. And if you want to, live on the edge, you could, of course, go to Knife Swap on Reddit. I've been known to frequent the Knife Swap on Reddit. Just got to be more careful on that one. B Devious says, dang, I paid $350 for my number 99 Voodoo Black micarta Stonewash blade, if I remember correctly, but that teal Voodoo is fire. So my understanding is that these are more expensive because of the addition of the Techno Carbo. Ed B says, I have Roll on the big screen and use the phone for chat. I can't tag anybody. So I've been told that it might not show up on your end as a tag, but if you actually use the @ sign and then type out somebody's full name as it shows in chat, that it actually does tag them, unless they were messing with me. But that's just what I've been told. It says, I'm also trying to save up for a laser and vapor honing station. That could be really cool. Jim says the Mingana Sorelia should be here in a few weeks. Ooh. I love that knife. I hope that he actually has some extras so he can do a drop after the pre-orders ship, because I do want to buy one. I should probably ask Sharif and see what he's planning on that. He says, come on, folks, gently caress that like button.
This is Sparta!
Spartan, kick the like button, guys. Let YouTube know that we're live. I definitely appreciate it. And thank you so much, Sever7. I definitely appreciate that too, man. Rhodium plated. That's what it is. It's rhodium plated silver. Thank you. Sean says, most all of the Poikilos have mid-tech version. My favorite is the Marlin. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Jim says, don't need the @ sign, just the full name. Really? I did not know that. I thought you had to use the @ sign. There we go. An Excalibur has arrived. Finally, somebody's reporting something good. We've been talking in the Only Spartans Discord, which is something that channel members can access. We've been talking in the Only Spartans Discord about USPS and UPS, and some people are having issues with one and not the other, and some people are having issues with both. So it's refreshing to hear that somebody is actually not having issues and that something they ordered actually showed up. Speaking of knives that showed up, there is a lot of pocket checks featuring the latest variant of the Devo Tallboy. And I think that that's a good segue into some pocket checks. Let's go ahead and check it out, guys. This is the Only Spartans Discord. We're going to feature some pocket checks from the channel members. Let's go ahead and check it out. Starting off with Nick T. He's got the High Grain Designs DeVille and the Jan Chevron. I dig it, man. The Chevron is one of those that I still kind of have on my list. I still want one. The Ponds with the Spyderco and Della Warncliffe and the Concept. Is that the Main Street? Is that the Concept Main Street? I could be wrong. Matt D. He's got it. Look at that first tall boy carry of the day. That's got to be the dark mode from Blade Binge, the Blade Binge exclusive. Man, that's a good looking knife. Beautiful shots. Absolutely gorgeous. Vavelski, he's got the dark side version. Is that also from Blade Binge? I forgot who did the version just all black titanium with the blue accents, the teal accents rather. I don't know, but it looks sick. Another sweet shot. Love it. Love me some tall boy action. Kevin Smith with, that's got to be the Quiet Carry Drift, not the LCT, the regular drift. You can tell because this one has the studs, not the deployment hole. Out at sea, exactly where it should be. Nice, man. Nice carry. Night Rayer, he's got the Kaiser River Cat. I am not familiar with this one, but that is some crazy milling on those handle scales. What? I love the milling on there. I bet it provides some good grip. I am curious, how comfortable is it? I've never seen one before. Ed's got the TRM Atom with the snake skin micarta. Gorgeous. That's a fantastic photo too. TRM could hire Ed to do some photos for them. Be Devious with, that's the Hog House Valley, right? Yeah, I think so. Another Grail level knife. You know, at the beginning of the live, we were talking and they said, you know, like, do you just do Herman and then, you know, you've reached the mountaintop? No, because this exists. Knives like this exist. You know, there is no end in sight. You know, you're climbing the mountain. You finally get up to the part that's in the clouds. You pass the clouds and there's more mountain. There's always more mountain. Don't chase the dragon. or do. You know, whatever makes you happiest. Ian with another tall boy carry. This one's the Purple Nurple. Oh man, I love the they called it the Purple Flow. The purple, here's an interesting side story. Purple Flow is a custom camo carbon fiber option that they only did for Devo knives, or at least when they came up with it, they only did it for Devo knives. Lefty told me and some other people that they basically had the purple camo carbon modified And so the purple flow is something that Camo Carbon did specifically for Devo at their request. I think it looks gorgeous. Fantastic. So glad that that is a tall boy and not a knockoff Sebenza. Couldn't help it. Let's see. Craig Vincent, he's got the SR1. Is that Cold Steel SR1? Which one is that? Kaiser. It's Kaiser Militov. Fantastic knife. I'm not sure what this one down here is, but it looks really cool. Who does that? What knife is that? I have no idea. We've got a buck knife. I think that's a buck knife. No, it just says Lucky. I thought it said buck on the side. Apparently, I'm not very good at knife identification. That one says Frenzy, SR1 Milita, Spyderco Para 3 lightweight and Magna Cut. Or is that a Paramilitary 2 lightweight and Magna Cut? It's the angle that's throwing me off. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Warrior Guild. He's got another purple flow tall boy and the Stab Nana, which is epic. The Banana OTF. I still have no idea how they successfully get a Hawksbill recurve style blade to fire out without rattling into the sides of the handle scales. I have no idea how they do that. How is that possible? But it's cool. It's really cool. The Stab Nana. Love it, man. It's really cool seeing people's tall boys come in, because like when I got mine last year, I was so over the moon about that knife, and then I had to hear from everybody about how most people missed out. You know, people weren't there at the drop on time, and they sold out at every single retailer in 25 minutes. Some retailers sold out in like 5 minutes. So it's not like the availability was there for a very long time, and a lot of people wanted one after the fact. So it's really cool seeing people be able to get in on these. Lefty has said that they are going to be doing another run of tall boys, so they're not done. I'm curious because I have a feeling that on the next batch of tall boys, they might do something different. We might see some different materials. We might see some different options. I'm really looking forward to that. Ed Durbin, is that a microtech Anax? Is that what that is? The microtech Anax? It doesn't. Why is that not giving me the production Anax vibes? Hold on. I know that that's an Anax. Microtech Anax. Is it because it has a different pivot? Is that an original Microtech Anax or a Marfione custom Anax? I need Ed Durbin to the live chat. I need info. Is that a Marfione custom? Is that an old school Anax? That's got to be an Anax, right? I've said it too many times. I just need more info. Jim's got the sencut Wataga, and I was going to try to do it, but I can't. The Rosecraft, Overall Creek Farmhand, and Keith the Knife Freak Sacks. Man, that's a good carry. I like how everything matches. He coordinated that. It's classy. Especially that fixed blade. That fixed blade looks great. Love it. Thanks for sharing, Jim. Ooh, TC Blades. He's got a good one. He's got the original Spyderco Swish Buoy and the Spyderco Python. Fantastic carry. And you know what? That's the XHP version too of the Swish Buoy. Let's see. Chainsaw. He's got the, they call that the Civivi Starflare, right? I'm pretty sure. And then that's going to be a Kaiser Towser K button lock and the QSP. Oh, that's one of their newer fixed blades. I know this one's a fixed blade. I forget what that one's called though. Big Jim, he's got the Spyderco Para 3 with what looks like a special edition Lynch Northwest pocket clip. Very nice. Not sure about the scales. Are those also Lynch Northwest scales? Not positive, but I approve. Let's see. This one's from BK Obama John Boner John Bon Joner. Which one is that? I'm not familiar with this one. I know, I'm a scrub. I don't recognize that one. The Rusk Rambo. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Dazed. He's got. That is the Kunwu. It's not the Pulsar. It's not the Chad. I feel like I should know what that is. David V, he's got the new Vosti Parallel, the special edition with the topographical titanium. Very good looking. Very nice. And the acoustic. Ooh, it's got a bit of a ting. I approve. That is the live stream pocket check brought to you by the Only Spartans Discord, guys. If you want to get in on the Only Spartans Discord, you just got to be a channel member. Cost of entry is as little as $1. You can find or rather, I should say, channel members can find the invite code or the invite link to this on the post section of my channel. All right, let's see. Did Ed Durbin get back to us? Because that's really gonna throw me off. It's the Hog House T, the Model T, not the Gen. It's not the Veli. Okay, they look the same to me. I'm so bad at this. The Gen T Hog House. I had it coming. And yeah, man, congrats to everybody who got a tall boy. They stuck around a little bit longer this time than they did the last time, but that's good. That means the people that wanted one were able to get one. At least those of you who are not currently waiting on shipping. For those who are, fingers crossed. Ed B says, Ian doesn't come around anymore. Sure he does. I see Ian all the time. Night Rider says, the River Cat is super comfortable with good grip, but built for small, medium hands only. My hands push the bounds between medium and large. My hands are pushing the size limit for the handle. You know what I found is that my hands can fit, like the width of my hand fits a 4-inch handle. And if I were to measure the width of my hand, you know, the width comes out to around 3.7 inches. So a 4-inch handle fits just fine in my hands. You know, some of you guys out there have like the big old bear paws. I know. I'll be holding an 8-inch knife and people will be like, no, that's too small. I have average size hands. I think. What's up? Level on up. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Shout out to TC Blades. There he is. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, I want to get one of the new buoy drops. Ooh, the new swish buoys. I mean, you already have the original. Why not go for another one? Can you have too many? If you're going to do a duplicate, that wouldn't be a bad one to do a duplicate on. Says, yep, Annex is integral. Yep. I swear that's got to be an Annex. It's got to be. That's what it looks like to me, but it's not. It doesn't look like. The pivot makes me think that it's not one of the new ones. Because check this out. The new ones, the Reccomended, have a completely different pivot. They've got, let's see. Yeah, it's the same integral. Unless he modified it, got rid of the hardware, which is completely possible. He could have done that. He totally could have done that. Did he change out the hardware? We may never know. Paging Ed Durbin. Ed Durbin. Hey, shout out to Jim Cox for gifting 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much, Jim, and congrats to the new channel members. We've got Lawrence Chin, Gina's Reef, Russ Sims, and Dan Stan EDC, and Kay Mason. Congratulations and welcome in, fellas. And thanks again to Jim Cox. We definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Matt says, I live a sad, lonely life. I fill the void with expensive knives and gear. Whatever brings you happiness. You know, like a man's got to have hobbies, right? Starting to lose my voice a little bit there. X-Sailor says, Anax versus Excalibur. Well, one of them is discontinued. The other one, people have just had a hard time getting shipped. I have handled neither. So it's kind of hard to say. On one hand, the microtech Anax made by Reich. Reich has some of the most impressive production capabilities of any Chinese manufacturer, period. They can do some really crazy things. They can achieve some extremely good tolerances. They can heat treat blades perfectly well. On the other hand, Kunwu is also a Chinese manufacturer. They're also known for putting out some extremely high quality stuff. One of my favorite knives of last year was the Winter Blade. Hold on. Here we go. The Winterblade Empire. This guy with the DLC blade. This is the Stormtrooper version. It's got the it did such a good job on this. Such a good job on this. This is one of my favorite knives last year, period. I haven't checked out a whole lot of Kunwu stuff, but their production capabilities are awesome. Their ability to heat treat knives to high Rockwell tolerances are fantastic. I have not handled an Excalibur, and I also haven't handled an Anax, so I can't really compare the two. I would say the Excalibur is probably it's probably easier to carry. The Anax is huge. Ed B says even MC has a hard time getting them shipped to him. $20,000 worth were lost in shipping. I hope they insured the shipment. You know, like, we complain when something we order goes missing, but was it $20,000? Small Cliff says Chinese knockoff of the Anax. Is it? Is it? Is that a Chinese knockoff of the Anax? David says, Ed's knife collection is overwhelming to say the least. Yeah, you know what? Every time I start to feel bad about my collection, I just look at some of your guys' stuff. TC Blade says, Google search says Marfione Custom. I mean, we could... Marfione Custom Anax. The Marfione Custom. Come on. I just went to the same link twice. I want to find it. Where is it? I don't know. This is a custom Anax right there. The pivot looks different. Crazy. Look at that. It's nearly a $2,000 knife. Blade Ops has one. Maybe that's a newer one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just barking up the wrong tree. Is that the same one? Is it just me, or does the 6-shooter pivot look a little bit different? Maybe it is. All right. So that might be a hint right there. We've got the Marfion logo. Oh, we can't see it. Ed. Paging Ed Durbin. Where are you, Ed? David V says definitely a custom. All right, so level on up. Ooh, the Holt Morpheus. Is that yours, or is that a photo that you took and then edited? That looks sweet, though. Did you carry a Holt Morpheus today? It's another one on the Grail list. Although for me, I think I'd rather have a haptic over a Morpheus. I just like the blade shape better on the haptic. I would love to have them both. Of course, right now they have some Morpheus available on their website. Look at that. Oh, lead time. So they still have to finish making them. It's crazy. Where's the haptic? Let's see. If I wanted to do near mirror, no logo engraving, and we'll do Vanax. $9.75 out of stock. But you could do nope, can't do M390. But you could do reflective, nope. You could do satin. Yeah, okay. So they do have satin stonewash. None of the others. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love it. Hey, welcome into John Blackman. Thanks for being a channel member. Ed B says, he said it a few weeks ago during a live. Are we talking about MC and the missing $20,000 worth of knives? Damn. Hey, shout out to Tom Cook. Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you, man. Night Rare says, Rollshambo, you better not let the OEM and knife shipping issues dissuade you from releasing your own knife design. Oh man, we're not there. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. That wouldn't be what's stopping me from doing my own knife design. B Devious says Devo might take a while with U.S. Postal Service, but you'll still probably get it. Kunwu shipping directly from China. Interesting. TC says Ed is somewhere making a lanyard. Teacher says every time a knife spring opens, Ed makes a new lanyard. Level on Up says haptics are long gone. I see them every now and then on Knife Swap. Lone Star says, anyone have any experience modifying G10 scales on cold steel holdout 6-inch looking for a large index finger choil guard area? I would reach out to Paul Might. I hear a lot of great things about Paul Might. Level on Up says another artsy fartsy photo, but didn't carry it today. Left RWB. Okay. Just flexing. Just flexing. Okay. That's the left RWB. Very nice. All right. So let's see what's out there, guys. We talked about the Null Knives Voodoo, the new version dropping on April Fools. What about Three Rivers? People always tell me I want one, but they're never in stock. Check it out. Titanium Atoms in stock with the lizard skin titanium. What else is in stock? The Bulldog. Bulldog is in stock. They've got new options. They've got contoured carbon fiber. Oh gosh, that looks good. Damn it, that looks really good. 3D contoured micarta. Looks really good. They got the smooth white contoured G10. Looks great. Very nice. So Bulldogs are available. Atoms are available. The Neutron 2 frame locks are not available. Other Neutron 2s. Yeah, I think the titanium ones are available as well. Titanium Atom knives are available. Titanium Neutron 2 knives are available. And you know what? Look at this. Look at that. That has got to be one of the best deals when it comes to American-made titanium knives with premium steel, well made. I stand by it. I've got one on my desk. And confirmed, the benchmade clips, any clip meant for a benchmade with the 3-hole pattern will fit. So if you don't like the pocket clip, there really is no excuse. Fantastic knife for $365, tell you what. And the titanium nerds, which are, in my opinion, a little small. But they do some impressive mill work on those handles regardless. I want to see a nerd triple XL. Like, do this knife, but make it, you know, like full size, like 8 inches long. Can we do that? Maybe we can do that. Lone Star says, ever notice that raisins look the same going in as coming out? Maybe they always have the coming out look. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Back to the chat I go. Welcome into Paul Mills. Good to see you, Paul. Welcome into Neil McKenzie. Good to see you as well. I feel like it's been a minute. Night Rayer says, Rollshambo, check out the Olive Knives Lenta. It just dropped, but I'm waiting for them to release the version with aluminum scales. The Olive Knives Lenta. Olive Knives Lenta. I'm not familiar with Olive Knives. Okay. $333. Damn. Tungsten carbide with slight concave Scandi grind. That's wild. Scandi grind tungsten carbide? It's like you would never have to sharpen that knife ever. That's crazy. Is that a reversible clip? I bet it is. Olive Knives. I am not familiar with them. That's cool though. It's expensive, but that's cool. The handle material is glass-filled nylon. Is this made in the US? Designed and assembled in the US, it's forged from only the best materials sourced from the USA and South Africa. Italy, USA, and South Africa. And assembled here in the US. You know, we could give it a 50% USA made. Maybe. I don't know. No matter where it comes from, what's most important is that it's well made. This is the first time I've heard of Olive Knives. That's cool though. Ed B says the standard TRM clip slips in the pocket like a hot knife through butter. Yeah, it does. It does. And TRM does a really good job of focusing on function over form. They care less about the aesthetics and more about how it functions. And all of their clips have functioned really, really well. The Bulldog clip specifically is really good. Dan Stan says, I know that TRMs are nice knives, but the aesthetics of them just don't do it for me. That's one of those personal battles that I don't like fighting. If you don't like the way something looks, it does not matter. Like, chances are you won't carry it. Lone Star says, tungsten carbide blade, my Lieb rebounder senses are tingling. Gotta be 55 HRC, right? Right? Ah, man, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling good. Hope you feel better soon. All right, so what else is out there? Let's check out White Mountain Knives. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We'll do the new. What's new at White Mountain Knives? Of course, they got some new Tucsons. Left-handed small Sabenza, $725. Is there anything super interesting? They've got a lot of crazy stuff right now. Not so far. That's fine. What about coming soon? Tenable Eagle Strike, the Finch Stray Dog. QSP Emu. The Wee Zenthra. Titanium aluminum foil carbon fiber. Fluted titanium handle scales. Fancy. Very fancy. What about USA made blade? Sever7 says the Raiden V2 drops in May, and the Aurelia will have a drop after pre-orders are fulfilled. Nice. USA made blades got some McNeese knives, some Spartan knives, the high-res Purple Mariner, tactile Archer, Nicholas Nichols chef knife. Nitro V, the USS North Carolina battleship teakwood. The handles were made from teakwood off the deck of the battleship. Absolutely bananas. I've been looking at these. I've been thinking about a Les George knife for a long time. I really like the way that they do their morph titanium scales. If only they weren't so small. Like, look at this. 6.5 inches. That's small. Now it says the close length is 4. So if you're assuming that that is, you know, the handle scale length, then technically it would fit in my hand. Technically. S45VN, Les George. but it is on the smaller side, and it's flipper only. I do like those Morph titanium DLC coated handle scales though. What else do they have? Yeah. Anyways. Craig says the Aurelia is in my sights. Manganus Steel Aurelia. All right. I've already done my video on it. Sharif loaned me one of his. I did my video on it. Really like this knife. This knife is extremely good to carry. Very comfortable. One of the best pocket clips I've ever felt, period. So freaking good. Designed by Sharif, made by Rayot. It's really good. So the pre-orders ended in October. Hey, look, there's my review. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's really good, guys. The pocket clip on the Aurelia is one of my favorite pocket clips, period. It has no business being that good. I would say that it's every bit as good, if not better, than the brown Cortex pocket clip. And that's a damn good pocket clip. Null Knives, the Raiden. Have they announced the Raiden? Those are the V2s. Master Sergeant says, thoughts on the Hive Mind, the world's knifiest knife. 550 EDC knives plus upgraded roundhouse lock plus S35 VN tie and Q equal peak knifiness. So the Aurora Knife and Tools Hive Mind does not, I'm going to be brutally honest, it's not a bad looking knife. It just doesn't do anything for me. And to give people an idea, this is the world's knifiest knife. I don't know what necessarily makes this the world's knifiest knife. It's because it's 100 knives overlapped, 550 knives overlapped, contrast enhanced. Both overlapped equals the Hive Mind. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. Does it look good? Yeah. I don't know if I'm going out of my way to pick one up, if I'm being completely honest. And that might be unfair because maybe getting it in hand, it would be really, really good. For me, I'm just not super hyped on the the appearance. I think that if you try to do too much of the same thing, oftentimes you end up losing a little bit of soul, but we'll see. I'm interested to see what other people have to say. I'll watch other people's reviews and see what they think. I'm sure it's a great knife. For me, I don't know. Oh, you know what I did see though? Something that I really love the look of is the Golden Design Works. Check this out. If you wanted one, you can officially get one. The Caliber Batch 2s are actually available. Now, this one is tempting. This is the button actuated frame lock. And you can get it knurled or fluted. I wanted one of these so bad when they first released, but I still kind of do. Batch 2 is available for shipping, so they're there. This is not a pre-order. Caliber Batch 2s are there. I really want one of those. Welcome into Double D. Good to see you, man. Welcome into Ground Fog. Welcome in. Tom Cook says, anyone get in on the Roto Select knife storage Kickstarter? I didn't, but it looks really cool. Some people aren't really a big fan of it, but the Roto Select, I thought they recently extended the Kickstarter on this. Like, this is crazy. They had a goal of 10,000 that was exceeded by 3.5 times. What I think is really cool about this is that you can get different inserts. So while it's not gonna hold your whole collection, like if you know that you have a solid like 10 or 12 or whatever knives that you're going to pick from every single week, and you also have watches and stuff, you can put watches in there. I think that looks really cool. They're not cheap though. Even the early adopters paid a lot. This is the Roto Select. I really like it. I think that it's a really cool design. For some people, it's a little too much. For a lot of people, the cost is just a little too much. But I do think it's a really cool design. I like the fact that you can put in pens, you can get inserts for knives, you can get inserts for watches. Like, that's awesome. Very cool. Also not cheap. Tom Cook says, I pulled the trigger with some reservation cost of a decent knife. I think you'll probably like it, man. I've talked to a few people that got them, a few channels that got them, and they really, really like it. So the big kicker for a lot of people is the price. Craig says, no one needs a large frenzy, but everyone secretly wants one. Getting the small frenzy will make it okay to admit it. Jim says, I'm with you on that. You can't homogenize knife designs. I just, like, when I think about knife design, I think about a knife, like, if you design something, you want it to have a bit of soul. You don't want it to be this soulless thing that's just a million different knives. And that's not a shot at Aurora Knife and Tool at all. You know, I'm interested to see how this turns out for them. But for me, I just want something with a little more soul. For example, winter blades have soul leaking out of every orifice. You know, you pick it up and you feel it immediately that a ton of work went into making this a unique, excellent cutting tool. The M-Fire, I've got mine in manual mode right now. Such a damn good knife. David V says the Roto Select just looks cheap. I guess it's really well built. That's what I've heard. I've heard that it's really well built. TC Blade says, I finally have a quiet carry drift coming. Congrats. Congrats, man. He says, been looking forward for a few months. I'm pretty sure they've got some availability too. Let's go ahead and check out Quiet Carry's website. I try to stay away from this place because the Quiet Carry website is an expensive website to hang out on. That's the Drift LCT in Anchor Gray. That looks good. Yep. $385. Not surprised. That's not even the Anchor Gray. That's the black PVD version. The Anchor Gray sold out. the one that I'm really waiting for, I want an LCT really badly, but the one that I'm really, really waiting for is the Rincon. And they've done a couple small drops and they've sold out immediately on every single one. These stay sold out. But this is the one that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to be able to get in on one of these. I love the blade shape. I love the simplified handle skills. The handle skills kind of remind me of Chris Reeve Sebenza style handle skills. And you know what? I'll zoom in. You guys can tell me what you think. Is that not Sebenza-esque? Is it not? They did a very classical style handle skill, and I love that. I love that you don't really see any screws on the show side. I love the blade shape. I think that's a flat grind. Is that a flat grind or a hollow grind? Does it say? Doesn't say. I think it's a flat grind. Either way. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for one of these this year. They keep coming out with 9s and drifts. When are we going to get another Rincon? They need to get on that. Quiet carry, get on that. Ex-Sailor says, is it sad that I wouldn't want my knife addiction on display? No, that's not sad at all. In fact, that might actually be smart. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. I'm running out of water, and apparently I've been yelling at the microphone for too long because I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Either way, guys, thank you for joining me again for another Wednesday night. Give it up for you. When will we be live again? We will be live on Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. New episodes coming out very, very soon. We should have somewhere in the realm of 3 to 4 by the end of the week. I'm really excited about the stuff that's about to come out. I on purpose, I did not go over what I carried today for that reason. Channel members already know. They get sneak peeks. So stay tuned. For those of you in the Only Spartans Discord, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, we'll see you later.